Captain Ashaba Farida. And I want you guys to stay with me on this one. I have something to say about a recent tweet I saw about the 50K for transport issue. A man will evaluate a woman and give them according to what they think you are worth. A man can be dating two women, and one will be getting 50K and the other will be getting 500K. But they are both women. Why is one getting more than the other? That is where the secret is, and not everything is sex related, by the way. It is how you carry yourself, so much more. If all you have to offer is sex, then I am afraid to let you know you aren't that special. You aren't that special because many girls are willing to offer just that. Be someone of substance before feeling entitled to someone's hard-earned money. This lady.
Keyword.
Hard-earned money. If you are always begging, you become a nuisance and a liability. Someone starts avoiding you in general. Siri, I'm not around.
True that.
The problem these days is we spend more money working on the outside rather than the inside. Man, this one is a boy child, not even a girl child.
She had something to say.
Man. So you want to be wearing a wig worth 1 million and still asking for airtime. People holding the latest iPhones, but always asking for data. You are investing in the wrong things. Then she goes, hey. Wishing you a lovely Sunday, everyone.
And it's a lovely Sunday.
Captain Ashaba Farida for president.
I would vote for her right away.
So I think she made a very interesting point that and it's something that has always rung my mind from the time this whole conversation began, because men but take a cent away. It's not that every man will give you 50K. We know what kind of women you want to date. We know what kind of women we don't want to date, and we know how to behave when we date certain women. True. Sometimes it's just quietas, and you know how to behave when you're quietas. Sometimes it is the real deal, and you know how to carry yourself around when you're dealing with a what? With a real deal.
Yeah, we understand your expert opinion.
Exactly. Nah, I'm making serious points here.
And it is coming from an expert, so it is okay.
Carry on. We are listening.
From an expert, you say cannot maintain a relationship. So I entirely agree with Captain Ashaba, because the value of a woman most of the times comes from the inside, and the inside sometimes most of the times is determined by what she says, how she behaves. In general, how she carries her on herself, and most of the time, and how feminine she is. You realize that most of it, new transport, very so entitled. Let me make my point.
Yes.
Or you'll correct me later.
No, it's not correcting.
Yeah.
Be respectful. There's no one code if you are. Women, girls.
That's me. I've gone with that. All right. Let me correct. These women and these girls that you see,
translate into Luganda, we see.
But now kazi. People are very so entitled, and they have the audacity to ask this for the certain things. You find that most of the times they don't really have much to offer. They are mostly on the receiving end, and they like things easy. And the other thing is that most of the times they don't have the femininity in them. They want to behave and think like men, which goes back the other side. When you find a woman that has added value to herself, a woman that is virtuous, a woman that has spent time building the inner beauty and then adding on to the outer beauty, these are women that have the femininity in them. And the strength of a woman is actually in being feminine. We know that majority of women that are humble and feminine and have built themselves deserve everything a man can give.
And by the way, I think ladies need to know this, that men know.
We know.
We know. I know who I can easily. I know who I can easily and
just
happily,
from the look.
And happily give 100K. And I know who I cannot, Not because I don't have it, but because I'm like, the 20K will be enough for you.
Yes, but regardless, we all know they are what they call misplaced investments.
Yeah, of course, you can misplace your. You would think
you get excited.
Yeah, you can get excited, probably by looks or by the conversation or stuff. But also the thing about giving women money after a date. I for one don't support it. Like
it's like a transaction.
Yeah, it's like a transaction. You would say you're giving me a piece of your time, but I'm also giving you a piece of my time.
Exactly.
Also, I'm not boring. I know I know what I bring. Like when we are at the date.
A game.
Exactly. I'm not going to bore you to death.
You're going to be a clown. Make jokes.
No, not really being a clown, but we can have an interesting conversation over a date.
Saba can be a really good crowd.
No, but also, if that makes you have an interesting time at a date,
so be it. Like a jack frog jump.
Yes. No, of course that's extreme. That's taking it too far. Let's take it. Now you go on a date with someone. Probably they spend all their time on the phone, or the conversations don't even flowing well. Let's take it. Or they could also be having portable manners or stuff. Exactly. And then you expect me to be like, hey, part with this.
And the funny thing is that
go home.
Most girls that ask for this money, they don't have the money themselves.
Exactly. So if we turn the table around I say, okay, you want me to give you 200 after a date, can you give me 200 after the date?
Leave alone that. Can they spend 200 on themselves?
Can you spend it on your... Okay, they could. I mean, she could say, I bought this shoe, this outfit, I did my makeup and stuff, and it cost me 200K.
Where?
No, she could say, but can she willing? Can she be willing to give me that if I want it?
No.
So why do you have to put it?
Swab against the wala. Them spending that money on themselves. Omwana banga ina iPhone ya $5,000,000 nga ina hagwe ka $2,200 engato za $10,000 ka makeup it's all on her. You know what? I did this. I earned this money, and I'm now putting it back into myself. Also, the times sina za mviri jagala ya kagato. It's still the man. Actually, the dresses they put on, whichever makeup or whatever she's talking about, is oftentimes financed by another man. So another man has to finance that whole venture. So the whole cycle has to continue. If I've come to see you after,
so that's why she has to bill you.
Exactly.
Because you're paying for
what was invested in by some other nigga.
Oh goodness.
So it's a channel. It's a cycle.
Okay. My take would be, me personally, I never see giving transport money or whatsoever you can call it
as a problem.
I never see it as a transaction.
Mm-hmm.
Never. Mm-hmm. Because we all know where transactions take place.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
We all know. If you've been in Kampala for a long time, we all know where it is supposed to be.
These days it's corporate.
It is okay. We all know.
Guys.
If you've been in Kampala for a long time, you can sense a corporate transaction. But also, let us look at it this way. Nowadays, we have a lot of fake master, con men.
Fake master.
So you can be here, you paint a life you're living in. You cannot tell a girl, you cannot paint a picture of you being omuntu eyachimala and you expect someone to accept 50K. Swaba tosabeera awo nga wajjidde mu motoka ya bukadde 600 on a date n'otwala omuntu n'ogula emmere yakadde kamu kitundu n'ogula ekyokunywa kya $3 million and you give someone 50k.
Why not?
There's a picture you're painting. Oyina levels z'otokyabeeramu. Do you know that your neighborhoods can dictate
The kind of person you are. Or how people perceive you to be.
Yes. Ochegera ebiro bino kye tusinza oba nakyo.
Appearances.
I don't mind the gender. Bakazi basajja. Either way. Bonna tulina ekifaananyi kye tusiiga tuluwa people kye twagala batumanyiremu ne twesanga ng'ate we are trapped. I'm very sure people, do you know that there is someone there who can not complain about the 50k?
Of course.
Yeah.
Now that someone is really pleased to omuwadde 50k. Ochegera ng'alaba nga gwamuwadde monthly salary. Ochegera eriyo omu nga ye ekifaananyi kye wamusiigira you're beyond the 50k. Ekyo mukirowooza.
So you're saying it's our fault sometimes, as far as the appearance that you put out there. Newe labayo.
N'omuntu agenda okwambalira akagoye k'akakadde
ng'amanyi agenda binojjo
ng'amanyi azeera baswamba akolera
lwaki ondowooleza
kyoba omulaze swamba abamugamba buli kibuyi bamugamba sindika mobile money amugamba nze njaga kuswipinga
gaswamba yeewanise
nyiza okuba ndi waggulu
you cannot swipe nga bagenda kukyajinga fee ya $3. You understand?
But you see, William, it goes back to the point that this is not transactional. When I call you to come and meet me and we talk, well, I will take the onus of taking care of the bills.
It is okay.
You understand? Because
for you,
it's the right thing to do.
The money, hey, do you know, okay, the money spent in an election mu US, it's a set as a spending in an election in Uganda. Do you know why?
There is the value difference, first of all.
First world country, a third world country. Ochege, gwe weyisiza sebo gwe wakimala.
So mwalo misleading nze.
Misleading nze. You don't expect that girl to behave the same way. Nera bw'aba nnyonnyola banne ajja bagamba.
Wewe kigaye kigagga.
Nze kigayi kyange sebo.
Kigagga.
Kikola Phoenix browser.
Kikola Phoenix browser.
Tekisaga gatali konfufu.
Bamukobye. Akola n'Abachina.
Tekigenda gamba. Bamutemudde.
Is corporate. Corporate ladder.
Agenda gamba breaking news.
President Museveni is officiating the opening
of NAM Summit.
Of NAM Summit, which is going to be attended by Gilbert.
Environment you're creating. If you create such an environment, please, Kiriza,
you have to maintain it.
Yes, maintain it.
Nze kyengamba kiri bwekiti William bakazi b'ennaku zino muyiga okwekolera kasente. Stop expecting to gain from men, because these days we are woke. When I take you out on a date, when I take you out for a date, I know for a fact that I have to pay your transport going back, but you don't have to dictate how much.
Yes. That's very valid. I
have to take care of your food and everything, and I know that I've taken your time. Yes. So
yes.
I'll value it by having good conversation, making sure that there's value out of the time we've spent together. But on top of that, I also have to make sure that you get home safe and satisfied. True. But also, when women think that it's only their time that is valuable, and it's only them that have put on clothes of 200,000, only them that are having phones, it's wrong for them to think that way. As a matter of fact, as a man, my time is much more valuable than that of a woman.
True. Because it is you spending.
You understand? Yes.
True. But let me put it in football terms. If you portray yourself as a big club maintain that. Nti nzo okuba big club tekitegeeza nti abasambi bange b'engurumizi enda basitunda for free. Ochegera, I need money. Ochegera, nago portraying a big club. Someone was asking abatamayi bya mpira, why is Newcastle regarded as the richest one of abayina abantu abayina sente? Yet they cannot afford certain players.
So they are living in life.
Yes. They are. Ochegera, they are. Wechikufuula nti tata wo mugagga. You're not rich. You as Francis. If your dad is rich, you're not rich.
Yeah.
Ochegera.
You're a poor nigga.
Yes. Fe twagala gwe.
Otulagise kyoli nawo.
Ochegera. So Newcastle, the owner might be rich. The club is not rich.
Okay.
Ochegera. Gwe sigala mu minzizo. Ochegera. There is no reason Francis lwaki ojjira. Ochegera. Mu mpenkoni ya kitaawo nga tetukumanya oyina kinuwa wano ye kiriwo
ekitutte ekyo kiriawo
bakitutte. Ochegera. Stay in your character.
Wagwa ovuga ki
tugenze kola uba. No. Anyway, I just TV. There's no problem with me driving my dad's, big car.
It's your fault.
But the problem comes when I make you believe that it is mine.
Exactly.
It is your car.
But also there's also the other perspective. If you're a girl, ngola wa musajja ayambadde bulungi bavuga motoka mubuze, is that your car? Before you begin forming imaginations that because he's driving it is his car.
How many of the men will admit
that what?
It is their car. Not
it depends on what you want from the woman. If you're looking for a long-term gig or a long-term relationship, you'll say the truth.
Ate abagala oliyako be basinga osidimba.
It
is the highest percentage.
Oja kulimba.
Yeah, because I mean,
if you want long-term, man, you have to be because when you start with a lie, you end with a lie. So your shit will not be sustainable. So back to this lady. There were people that commented after she made this long conversation. There's a gentleman called Kolo. Kolo on Twitter says, his fuel, 100,000. Good pair of men's shoes, 200K. 70K, a t-shirt. 100K boxers.
Depends, yes, good hour.
Haircut, 15K. Haircut 15K, perfume 20K. He said perfume 20K per spray.
That's 20K. That's 20K.
100K watch, airtime 10K, lotion 80K plus time, and I still pay for your meal and give you transport. What's that? Bongo that lady. So
he's saying he's also actually investing in himself to come for a date. So why should he go an extra mile of giving you some money after the date?
No, you will pay for your transport, but don't be entitled to think that I'll give you money that you ask for.
Yeah, you don't have to dictate how much.
Exactly.
Essentially, that's the point. But it's really not, for a woman that you like and you want to maintain, like maybe this is your first date and you want to have more dates with her, and you feel like there is a connection. There is no problem in giving her something. Yeah, really.
As a matter of fact, I'll give her and tell her, is that enough?
But
I'll give her.
If she has to say, you have to give me this much, now that's where we have to.
Actually, what people don't understand is that when you don't ask, your value raises.
Yeah, because I keep thinking, is this going to work for her? Is it going to be enough
you
for
understand?
her?
So you're forced to go at a certain level. So what abadde n'obusungu nga bagamba how long face has no dimple.
No, that was personal.
Listen, that was personal. Anyway, let me give you one comment. Afande Kasingi.
He said, how long face has no dimple on those hard cheeks. She put a piercing to look like a dimple. Not even makeup can rescue this one.
You see, Afande Kasingi about that same girl. He said, if you can afford all that, then pay the money instead.
Yeah,
Exactly,
you be
yeah.
rich.
Yeah.
In a divorce court,
Yeah.
you pay me more money.
Yes.
Which take it?
Because you're the one with the money.
Another one said, bamukulamu erinnya ne livaamu bubi. Kwe kujjawo ekituli. Man, this is Twitter.
You see what I've known about Twitter, especially Ugandans on Twitter. Okay, we call it Twitter, but it is X. Don't attack broke people because first
They
of
are
all,
the majority.
they are the majority.
On Twitter.
Yes, broke people are the majority on Twitter. Not even just on social media, and they will you attack a broke person that has not eaten, and the person will let out all their frustrations on you. Like everything. They'll probably go through your media, look at your photos and overanalyze them.
Pulling out a photo.
Exactly.
Somebody said, "Eno wigera bikewunya n'okuwunya."
They might even pull out the photos you uploaded like in 2017 when you were probably a little bit dusty.
Man,
and they'd be
man,
like,
man.
Laba Joava.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. Bivudde mu bya Kaisari.
Bya Kaisari be bya Kaisari.
Mwongeddemu ebyammwe.
No. But everything we've read here is just it's user generated.
Akomukolamu erinyo.
Akokolamu erinyo. Bamuyita first pretty daughter. Moreover, it's a girl.
Eyo kye bayita okusekera omuntu paka awulira bubi. Musese paka gwe bazzeemu kuwulira bubi.
Nengo omanyi okufulamu erinyo livaamu bubi.
Mukwe kujjawo ekituli.
Where do people get all these insults from? Some people insult and you're like,
even Luas actually jumped on the bandwagon and he said, by the time you have a fake dimple, just name the price and for us we shall pay.
Yeah,
but
some people took it personal, really.
Yeah, but clearly the truth is, the women of today